Oh,
There we
now we're
go.
on. Oh,
Oh!
what's up, everyone? Hey, Internet. Okay, we are Agents of Geek. Uh, I'm Christina. There's Jim. We have Iron Man on the show. We got Travis the Grim. Everyone, introduce yourselves. What do you do? How do we know each other? Jim goes first.
Okay, of course, as I take a bite of Kit Kat, I'm asked to talk.
Which is why I
Um,
asked.
yeah. Um, I'm glad everyone could be here. Basically, in case you didn't know, Agents of Geek believes that everyone has the right to geek out about something, whether it be movies, television, comic books, video games, or all of the above. And that's kind of what the site celebrates. And right now, we're going to be talking a little bit about our favorite big announcement as of late, and that's Marvel. Marvel awesomeness.
Whoa!
Exactly. But that's why we've kind of all come together. And I don't know. Anyone else have anything to add? I can't think of anything.
Uh,
No.
well,
Okay.
I love it because the movies are fantastic,
Oh
and
yeah.
it just came pretty much since the first Iron Man movie. The whole series just came out of nowhere and just blew us all away, just all at the same time.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, that mask was killing me.
I think you look better without the mask, John.
Oh, why? Thank you.
I'm glad for you to be here, Tony. Thank you.
Tony Stark, everyone.
Yes, exactly. Tony Stark.
But yeah, the Marvel movies have just been shooting it out of the park every time. Even like their weakest movie so far is The Incredible Hulk, and that's still watchable.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I think they're all enjoyable. I mean, even the best Marvel movie has some fault. I believe every movie has some fault. There's very few 100% perfect to a T movie. Everything, but that's not saying that they're not all awesome. But you know what I'm saying? So I understand. Incredible Hulk is really not that. I don't think Iron Man 2 is that good either. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking about this. Like, what about Iron Man 2?
I don't know. It just was a little bit much. But Iron Man's a great character. It's good to know that it looks like Downey Jr. is going to be sticking around for a little bit longer than people would expect.
Yeah.
I think if he were to leave, I just don't see that. I just can't see anything like that happening. I just don't see, like, for example, if Iron Man wasn't part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I don't think Marvel Cinematic Universe would be as good as it is. I don't know. Maybe that's a little bit bold of a statement, but I don't know. What does anyone think?
Well, one thing's for sure, he makes Tony Stark.
Oh, yeah. There's no one else that could play Tony Stark unless there was
No.
someone, a younger Tony Stark. I don't really, you know what I mean? If they wanted to kind of reboot the character, I don't know why they'd want to do that, but
Yeah.
Well, I had heard in one place they said that they were going to make the characters kind of like James Bond, where down the road anyone would play them.
Well, I mean, we have done recasting before in the Marvel universe, especially where the Hulk is concerned. Because
Yeah.
before we had Edward Norton, and he didn't want to come back to the character, so we got Ruffalo, and he's so much better anyway. So, but I'm glad they recasted him, and then Rhodey got recasted from the who was the first guy?
Don Cheadle. Or no,
No, Don Cheadle's the second
sorry.
guy.
What are you doing?
He was the guy in Hustle and Flow.
Yeah, that guy. We'll think of it.
Yeah, they'll come to us.
It'll come to us. My phone's already almost dying, so I can't check it out. There's the internet right in front of me. So you guys keep talking. Travis, you can introduce yourselves, followed by John, and then I will IMDb this crap.
Hi, I'm Travis. I write for Agents of Geek in my own blog, and I'm a huge Marvel fan. And if you follow my blog, I was crazy about Winter Soldier. I drove like 12 hours to the premiere, and all that fun stuff. Yeah. Marvel fan. Winter Soldier's my favorite. That's
Yay. My turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I am John J. Galbo. I am the contributing editor for Agents of Geek. I also run a little site called Adult Swim Central where we talk about Adult Swim. Podcasting will be here forever if I name everything, so let's just say this. I love Marvel. I love every aspect of Marvel. I'm getting into the Spider-Man comic books now.
Nice.
And I love Guardians.
Yeah.
Guardians is the best. Terrence Howard. It was the original roadie.
Okay.
So.
That was a horrible. I mean, I bet he's shooting himself right now, or thinking about how.
Well,
the
thing was that the rumor was that before they got Robert Downey to be Iron Man, they had signed Terrence Howard first, and he was making more money than any of them. So they kind of did something to get them out of his contract, and then they brought in Don Cheadle.
I like Don Cheadle. They make really good casting choices anyway, so whoever they hire to play whichever character is fine by me.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to. My computer was about to die, so it'd be very tragic if we lost connection. Okay, so this week Marvel announced their Phase 3 lineup, and everyone lost their freaking minds one way or another. If you guys followed me on Twitter, everything was in caps. Something, and I was following 3 different feeds just to get the up-to-date minutes of what was going on in the in whatever theater that they were in, and oh my god, so exciting! I'm so excited, you guys. Let's start with one of the first things that they went over. Doctor Strange is the first in the lineup for Phase 3. I think. Yeah, directed by Scott Derrickson. It's coming out November 4th. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Captain America: Civil War, May 6th, 2016.
Yep.
That's the first one. That's the one that's gonna blow everyone away.
Yes.
And Kevin Feige did say Ant-Man will be the end of Phase 2 rather than the beginning of Phase 3, and then Civil War will start Phase 3.
Yeah, because I completely forgot that there was Ant-Man, because...
I think a lot of people like to forget that there's Ant-Man.
I think so. People are like, Ant who?
I'm sure it's going to be an amazing movie because Paul Rudd's in it, and they have an amazing director still. I mean, Edgar Wright, who started the project, is amazing, and then they have another guy who does a lot of our favorite movies. Oh, this is Corday, by the way.
Hi.
He's named after one of Padme's dead ones. He's named after the dead one. But
the dead one.
But okay, there you go. But no, yeah, Adam McKay. Adam McKay is the new guy, and so he's also amazing. So they're already filming, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. Even if I ever say, a Marvel movie looks bad or doesn't, it's not. First of all, that's rarely going to happen. But I will still see every single one, even though I'm not too. The whole rollout of Ant-Man has, pardon my language, been a clusterfuck. It really has. And am I right, or does anyone disagree?
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's a little par of the course for WB, unfortunately.
Yeah. But it's still going to be good. You're right. Paul Rudd is great. I couldn't believe. In case you didn't know, he was in Halloween, one of the Halloween movies. Did anyone?
Oh yeah, I always forget that every time I watch that one.
Yeah, I just happened to watching it on Halloween. I was like, holy crap, is that Paul Rudd? The funny thing is, Paul Rudd just never ages, and he actually looks younger now than he did then. So I don't know what he's drinking, but he's doing something right.
Maybe he's drinking the same tea that Patrick Stewart drinks.
Oh God.
Dunkin' Donuts tea, or
Yes. Dunkin' Donuts.
as you drink your Dunkin' or whatever you're drinking, your water now, yeah.
It's vodka.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
Oh, party up in here. Halloween has not ended for this guy.
Oh, you don't understand,
That's Iron Man.
John. It never ends for John.
What's that?
That was the wrong sound effect.
Oh, you got the soundboard. Hey,
Oh my
nice. Okay.
God.
John, you seriously have a soundboard?
No, it's for Google Plus. I just never downloaded it, but he has.
I didn't download it. It's there. I don't even. This is the first time I've actually used this thing.
Oh
But-
my gosh.
Okay, but I am super, super excited that they're going to explore the Civil War story because my friends and I have been like just waiting for it. We've just been waiting for it because I don't know. I think the conversation started during Agents of Shield when they said they had an index of all the supers that they had,
Oh yeah.
and just like, oh man, they're already laying out the I don't know. I want to say code, but that's the wrong thing. They're already laying out the stuff for Civil War. It's like, yes, I want this. War among superheroes.
It's gonna be so good.
Has anyone read the Marvel storyline?
I haven't. I know what goes on, but I haven't read the comics.
Yeah. Neither have I, but I've been kind of given the play-by-play.
Why don't we talk about it? Whoever has the best feels they have the best handle on it. Why don't we just run through it?
Oh yeah. But yeah, this is kind of like one of those big storylines where all the supers need to register with the government, and half of them agree with it, half of them don't. And it's basically Team Stark versus Team Captain America, and they just kind of fight it out. And Captain America is for the Registration Act, whereas Tony Stark is like, no, this can't happen. This will endanger everyone. Just kind of, it's kind of like the whole Privacy Act for us today.
Yeah, no. That's what I thought it was about. You know, that's. I mean, I've been given the same kind of play-by-play. I haven't read. I know it's bad. I haven't read the comics, but
It's a lot.
that's the line. But anyway, it's saying, and that's what's funny because when you said it's Stark versus Steve Rogers, Captain America, I was like, let me guess. Knowing Captain America and his character, he's probably for anything. You know, he's 100% red, white, and blue. So, and you know, that's great. I'm not, you know, I'm just saying, I kind of thought that. And Tony Stark's constantly, you know, a maverick. You know, I mean, so it really kind of, it's going to be an interesting storyline. But
Yeah.
so we got the Civil War. We started off by saying Doctor Strange, and I'm really excited about Doctor Strange next.
Yes. Doctor Strange is the next one because he is the next guy to open up a new aspect of the MCU. He goes more into supernatural and parallel worlds and everything, and if all goes well and the talks are and the negotiations are successful, we could have Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange.
Well, I think we're already off to a great start. Scott Derrickson's directing it, and oddly enough, I was literally just before we started this watching Delivers from Evil. Derrickson directed, if you're not familiar, he directed Sinister, which is frankly one of the scariest damn
It's
movies.
such a good movie.
It's very scary. I granted, I get scared a little easy, but pretty damn scary. And
Yeah.
but no, he's directing. I think it's great. This, in my opinion, this is the same kind of idea of taking a step out from the traditional, go-to A-list directors, if you will. Not to say anything bad about Derrickson. No, it's not that. It's just that, James Gunn is not your traditional director. in
Yeah.
terms of the Hollywood traditional. I don't know. But you see, I think that by taking someone like Derrickson, we're really going to expose a new dimension on top of the new dimension of a new character coming into a different. And I think he has a definite handle on that type of topic and that type of material. So I'm interested to really see what he does. I
Yeah.
think it's going to be great.
Especially if Benedict's in it.
Yeah, sure, of course.
I'm a girl, so and I love Englishmen. It's like, but I don't know. What do you think about this whole development, John?
Doctor Strange, I don't know too much about him, save for his little stint in the Spider-Man animated series, which apparently is 20 years old this year, which is really scary.
Oh my
But,
God.
I mean, I remember him, and also I should point out a lot of, if you watch Venture Brothers, the character Dr. Orpheus is based off of him. And
Yes.
Doc Hammer, the co-creator in particular, is a big fan. I mean, in one panel I think I was at Dragon Con, he was basically like, please let me write Dr. Strange. But, no, I'm excited for them to add a new aspect, the supernatural, and, Feige also brought up an interesting thing in the fact that we could see new dimensions and what have you. Maybe we could see other characters who maybe won't show up in that universe, Spider-Man. Maybe, you never know. Find out in the future.
Oh my
But
God.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
The possibilities really are endless. I mean, within I think there's a lot of stuff that people are going to be blown away by.
Yeah,
Mm.
definitely.
All right. So right after Doctor Strange, which comes out November 4th, 2016, comes the Guardians of the Galaxy sequel.
I'm so excited.
That's slated to come out May 5th, 2017. Also being directed and written by James Gunn.
Yes.
So, what did you guys think of the first movie? Because I've kind of seen that movie kind of a lot.
I actually saw it twice in theater, probably less than you did, Christine, but I think Travis likes Guardians of the Galaxy.
A bit.
You have Rocket Raccoon now. Gosh, when I was at New York Comic Con before it came out.
Oh, did you try to get that rocket?
I tried to get the rocket and I couldn't get it.
Oh, Marvel.
But my friend Jenna Bush, she got to hold one and she sent me a picture. It's like, oh no.
Are you referring to the fabrication one or the one that came out right after the announcement?
It was right after the announcement, I think.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
It's like maybe about this big, this tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
There
which
was
one.
an exclusive Rocket Raccoon that was just floating all over the con, and I kept seeing it taunting me, and I wanted one really bad.
I had friends go to New York Comic Con. I was like, get me one. Then it was at Comic Con, and I couldn't get one, so I just bought one from Toys R Us.
Yeah.
As is usually the case.
And I was an exhibitor, and exhibitors, thank goodness, had first dibs, but there were so many other ones that got to first.
Yeah.
But I did get a hold of this Stanley Pop Funko.
Oh, cool.
I heard they're discontinuing them now. Like New York Comic Con this year was like the last one they're putting out.
Oh, that might be true. I think I heard that. But yeah, I can't wait for Guardians of the Galaxy 2 because I need more Groot.
Ooh, damn it.
I need Awesome Mix Volume 2. For copyright purposes, I don't think we can play anymore.
Oops. That was Happy Birthday. Oh wait, that's copyright too.
Yeah, they will pay out the ass for that. But Yeah, so I can't wait because I need more Rocket and Groot, and I need more of everyone else. And I hope we get to see more of the Guardians characters because if you're familiar with the comic books at all, um, there's a version, and there was Adam Warlock, I think, and he is the closest thing to the Infinity Gauntlet uh, next to Thanos, and so because he actually got to wear it at one point, and he's also a
Right.
very
He's
powerful
also
figure.
supposedly he's a cocoon in the collector's place too.
Yeah, and that cocoon and everything else with it blew up. Oh, and I can't wait for Cosmo. Cosmo has to be in
Yes,
that. The Cosmo, the Russian
yes.
space dog.
I kind of hope for more Howard. Oh
I
wait, is that spoiler? No, it's
no,
kidding.
not anymore.
If you haven't seen the end of Guardians by now, please.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been out for like 3.5 months.
yeah.
You know, it still amazes me though how some people, every time I go to the theater, I have to remind people that it's a Marvel movie and you need to stay after the credits.
Yeah, I still don't understand that.
I see people getting up literally right after the movie, you know, because they're so used to doing it. John,
He's having too much fun in this hangout.
I'm glad you're having fun, John. But people leave all the time. I'm like, I don't understand it. It's not that. It's kind of you need to. It's something you should know by now. But
Yeah,
I guess not everyone is movie geeks like we are. But
guess not.
Yeah, yeah,
John,
'cause
there is a way that you can have your thing down there, but it's called lower third. So if you go to everyone knows. Hey,
I like this better. It's like I'm wearing. It kind of looks like I'm wearing a chain.
it's moving with his shirt. Move around, John. Oh my God.
It's like searching for a fate. It's like I'm wearing a necklace that has my name on it.
Okay. So uh,
I'm
okay.
easily amused. I'm sorry.
So the next one that is Thor Ragnarok,
Ah,
and that's
okay.
taking over Guardians of the Galaxy's original release date, which is July 28th, 2017, and it stars Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston. I kind of thought people said that Tom Hiddleston wasn't going to come back. I was like, no, he's infiltrated the throne. He has to
Yeah.
come back.
Well, something tells me we're gonna find out what happens in Avengers: Age of Ultron because they did announce that
Yeah.
Idris Elba and
Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston are gonna be in it at some point.
I love those two.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Idris Elba.
Elba announced that recently. I think he's doing an interview, and I think
Yes.
that's been confirmed. So that should be good. I don't know. I'm really happy that we're. You know how? Speaking of X-Men, we were just talking about X-Men Days of Future Past. Evan Peters is awesome as that character in that film. I really wish that we would have been able to have him. I'm happy that we have Kick-Ass playing the character, but
Yeah.
I really wish Evan Peters, who is awesome in American Horror Story,
Oh, I know.
would be, because he did that whole sequence that he's in
Yeah.
really blew me away. That's almost my favorite part of the entire movie. I was like, this is badass.
It is
Yeah.
my favorite part of the entire movie. He like stole every scene he was on.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know.
Sad that he didn't get to stay on longer.
Yeah, I know that it's technically, that was just kind of a fluke that there's a loophole or something that they were able to get him into the X-Men universe, but I still thought it was great, and I could be blown away by this version of the character in Avengers, but I don't know. I would give anything for him to do that instead. I think he did a great job, and I want to see him do some other stuff because.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
But
I actually have no idea what's going to happen with Ragnarok because Thor, out of all of the characters, besides maybe Black Panther and Inhumans, I know least about. And so, but Feige did say that this will be the end of all things, I think, in terms of Thor and the world that they've built up.
Yeah.
And
Right.
they're
I
going
think
after Avengers 2, they're going to revitalize the character, but I have no idea what that means.
I
Well,
don't.
here's what I remember from from reading up about Civil War is that apparently Ragnarok is a robot version of Thor because I forget if Thor dies or if they can't find Thor, so they create a robot, like Stark creates a robot version of Thor to go crazy, and then either Thor, the original Thor, or another Thor version shows up. I
Oh
don't know.
wait, so is this like Death the Superman?
Maybe.
Well, okay.
Probably more like Dragon Ball, where they just combine. Oh, they got a robot. Oh, they got Thor. More robot.
Oh my
Well,
God.
I think Hemsworth's been great as Thor. I couldn't really see anyone else playing that character. I don't know about you guys, but Thor 1, both of Thor have been pretty good. I've been happy
Yeah.
with them. John, did you agree or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No.
I thought I saw you shaking your head. I was like, huh, okay.
Was I shaking? I probably meant nodding. I was probably nodding.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I
John,
totally agree.
a bobblehead. Hey.
So after following Ragnarok is going to be a completely new character that we haven't seen before in the MCU, and that's Black Panther, starring Chadwick Boseman, and that's November 3rd, 2017. Now, I'm actually excited about this character. I knew it was coming because they, like every other Marvel movie that has come out so far, they've mentioned, at least in passing, about Wakanda. That's the fictional African country that Black Panther is ruler of, and it's also where vibranium comes from. Like, they're rich in vibranium, and that's what Captain America's shield is made out of. And it's like, he has to come sooner or later.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm so happy that Black Panther is coming because he's one of the characters that intrigued me the most. And yet I don't really read about him.
Yeah.
I like that he's there.
Yeah.
John, take the logo from Twitter if you want. Oh, never mind. You're using that one. Never mind.
Yeah, I
Agent-
just grabbed the easiest one to find.
No problem. I'm interested in Black Panther myself, Christina. I honestly don't know much about him at all. So
Me either.
All I know,
Okay.
all I know is that he is a prince or a king of Wakanda, and at some point he was married to Storm.
Oh.
Really? That part I didn't know.
Me
Yeah,
neither.
it
I
was
know-
kind of like a recent thing, like a few years ago, and I don't think they're together anymore, but
The Marvel soap opera.
Now, I know that in the Civil War timeline, he plays a big deal. In fact, he's going to be. Figgy said they're going to show him in Civil War. He's going to be some kind of part. Whether he plays a big part, some people are speculating if they don't get the rights back to Spider-Man, that maybe he'll play the Spider-Man part. Because for those who don't know, Civil War, basically at one point, Spider-Man becomes like one of the guys they kind of pull in the middle, like.
yeah.
Captain America saying, "No, don't reveal yourself," and Stark's going, "Yes, reveal yourself," and eventually it's like, "I'm Spider-Man," and then something happens to him.
Oh yeah, once he reveals himself, like his storyline goes down to shit. It's like it leads to Brand New Day, and Brand New Day.
Well, also, there's Feige said, because someone brought it up in the post press conference, that we haven't really seen a lot of like masked men. Like Captain America wears a mask, but we know he's Steve Rogers. I mean, Iron Man, we know he's Tony Stark.
Right.
And everyone else, we know who they are. So Feige pretty much implied that it's not going to be so much masks. It's just going to be like superheroes with superpowers.
You know that I've never really realized that, but yeah, like no one actually has a secret identity.
Yeah.
Like in the Avengers here. I mean, I'm sure it's not common knowledge who Black Widow and Hawkeye are, maybe even the Hulk, but it's not like they're making an effort in hiding.
Yeah. especially with like Avengers Tower.
Yeah, it's definitely that. But I don't really know who Chadwick Boseman is.
He
So
played. He's been mainly known as from his career so far as being in biopics. He played most recently James Brown. He starred in I think it was 52 as Jackie
40,
Robinson.
42.
Okay, I was close. Jackie. He played Jackie Robinson. He was also in Draft Day as a supporting character. So
oh, okay.
he's good. Check out those movies. But I think both of his both his Jackie Robinson and James Brown pretty damn good. So I'm interested to see how everything goes with his with this role as Black Panther. So.
Yeah. Excited based on the concept art. When I saw that, it was so cool.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I'm just so excited for Black Panther. You don't know. But right after that comes finally a solo lady character, Captain Marvel.
Yes, yes.
It's
That's
not
what
the
I'm
original
most
Captain
excited
Marvel.
for.
It's not the guy Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
It's
Carol
his
Danvers.
successor. Yeah, Carol Danvers. That's coming out July 6, 2018. And like I like that they're going straight for Miss Marvel, who becomes
Yeah.
Captain Marvel after he dies.
Mhm.
I don't know how they're gonna explain that, or if they're even going to, but I'm so
That's the
excited.
one that made me freak out about the announcement was Captain Marvel.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I have a friend of my girlfriend's. Actually, she cosplayed as Captain Marvel at New York Comic
Oh,
Con,
cool.
and she looked very good. She really played it out well, but she's been waiting for Captain Marvel the movie, and when it was announced, like I could hear her head exploding.
So like I've been like talking about it for almost 2 years now. Like we need a Captain Marvel, like we need a
Yes.
Carol Danvers in the MCU
Yes.
sooner or later, like preferably her own movie. But
Yeah.
I just want her in there.
Yeah. I
And
really
just like
want Kelly Sue DeConnick to write something for her. The
oh
writer of
yeah.
current comic book. Oh God.
Yeah, she like yes.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of Kelly Sue's current run, and it's
Mhm.
just I love her. This like she's the reason why I love Carol Danvers so much.
Yeah. Same here.
And so yeah, this is with Captain Marvel. This is going to kind of bridge Earth origins and cosmic adventures together because she kind of does a little of both every
Yeah.
now and then. And like she does what she wants. And
Definitely.
so I'm really excited. Like who do you expect will be the actor playing Carol?
Everyone keeps mentioning Natalie Dormer, but for some reason I can't see her as Captain Marvel.
Yeah, she would be a very interesting choice
Yeah.
because it's either Natalie Dormer or the lady who plays Starbuck in BS.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
why am I blanking on her name? They keep bringing her up, but I'm like, yeah, they're not gonna take her because Hollywood doesn't do that way.
Oh my
Yeah, I
God!
know. I
I was just talking about her half an hour ago.
I'm trying to IMDb
oh
it.
my God.
Why? Why does this happen? No, not Trisha Helfer. It's the other lady.
I'm seeing Kara.
Katie Sackhoff.
Yes,
Yeah,
I knew it began with a K.
You're terrible nerds.
our nerd cards needs to be revoked. That's for sure.
Take that to the internet, though. But yeah, people have been saying Katie Sackhoff or Natalie Dormer. Um, I can't, like, I can't pronounce her name, though, but she's from Chuck.
Yvonne Strahovski?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yvonne
something like that.
Stravanovsky.
Something.
I have
Simon
a very,
Strosky, whatever.
but
Oh, the one from Chuck.
yeah,
Yeah.
the one from Chuck, the lady from Chuck. You all know who we're talking about. Audience, one viewer. Yeah. But yeah, she's also a pick from fans, but
Yeah.
I think she'd be a good choice. I
Yeah.
haven't really seen a lot of her after Chuck, but she was also Miranda in the Mass Effect series.
Yeah. And she was in Dexter. She's pretty good in
Oh
Dexter.
yeah, and she was in Dexter.
Mm.
She was the crazy flower lady.
Now you made me miss Dexter.
Poor
So,
Dexter.
I know.
I refuse to watch the last episode.
Don't. The last season was subpar, but the last
Kind of
episode,
like the last season of True Blood, which sucked ass.
I never watched
I
that. I never got past
stopped
season 4.
watching HBO, but I really feel like I should at least watch True Blood just to watch it.
And Game of Thrones. Game of
I
Thrones.
can't.
That too.
Wait, you haven't watched Game of Thrones, John?
I don't get
Oh.
HBO. I'm poor.
Okay, John, we need to
Called the
talk about
internet.
my HBO Go login. So there you go.
But next year, Warner Brothers or Time Warner has announced that they'll have their
Yes.
own
Yes.
individual
Right,
streaming
right.
service. So,
AKA the end year of cable as we know it.
right, about freaking time. Okay, so what's up next? I already lost my tab. There it is. After that, after Captain Marvel is Inhumans, November 2nd, 2008. I have no idea what Inhumans is.
I was about to ask, what is it?
I think they're, from what I read up about them, because I did try to read up about, like, what the hell this is. From what I gather, it's similar but not really to Guardians, where it's set in space, but it's like a group, it's like a family of, like, a king and a queen and some other people. I think they're supposed to be, like, Kree-based or something like that.
That's interesting because Marvel does not have rights to Kree right now that we know of. Or no, is it the Kree or is it no?
Skrull?
The Skrull. They don't have rights
Because
to
they,
Skrulls
yeah,
yet.
because they use the Chitauri, which
Yeah.
is their alternate name.
Because the Skrulls are more associated with the Fantastic Four, and they're part of Fox
Oh.
right now.
Well, hopefully, with Disney's backing, basically, and their bankroll, we can maybe hopefully
Hopefully
get
we'll be
everything.
Yeah, like if Fantastic Four if the Fantastic Four reboot doesn't make the kind of money that they want,
If it's even coming out still, because they haven't mentioned anything, and it's coming out when, next year?
I don't know. It's been kind of iffy.
No,
I
it's
think they
definitely
said
coming
production-
out. It's coming out. I mean, I think they've already filmed it, or
Yeah, I think they're either in production right now or they're in post.
I think they said they're in post, but, like, we haven't even seen, like, a shot of it.
They've been keeping very quiet about it because
Yeah.
I think they're still testing the waters with some fans and audience people.
Also, from what I've read from the director, it does not sound like it's going to be anything remotely close to the 2000 version.
is that a bad thing?
Yeah, it's like, I don't
Maybe.
it's like a good thing.
Yeah, I think that'd be fine with me if that's the case. Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be good if it's something different, you know?
Well, it sounds bad.
Oh,
It sounds like
so
not
it's the bad
anywhere.
kind of different.
Yeah, it's definitely the bad kind of different where, like,
That's horrible. The director's saying that?
straight line versus, that. We're
And
not
that's from the
sticking
director.
to,
That's what the director's saying?
the director and I think the guy who's playing Human Torch.
Why the hell would you do that?
Well, I think the first thing that struck me as bizarre is Kate Mara's playing the Invisible Woman, and I think I read that she was the one who said, like, they didn't want any of them reading the original comic books.
Yeah, she said that,
So-
and it's like, why? Are they going for like the Fantastic Foundation, where it's not really Fantastic Four, it's just an amalgam of the same characters plus another person? I don't know.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. I don't even want to talk anymore about that because I'm tired. The idea is mind-boggling that they're
This-
I don't know.
This is the
Yeah.
Fantastic Four.
But yeah, so Inhumans, I don't really know what it is.
Guess this is
We'll find out in the year 2052.
Yeah, but I think I think this will really just like bring to the MCU a lot more superpowers because, like you said, this is just it's another group. Whereas we do have some powers already, and we'll definitely get some powers in Avengers with the Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch,
Yeah.
and and then again with Captain Marvel. But other than that, we just have a god and a few rogues who know how to fight.
Yep.
But
Fighting's good.
yeah, this'll bring a whole lot more miracles
yeah.
to the fold. It
I think that this recent announcement has shown that I like the fact that there's a very diverse lineup in general.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not just main superhero, main superhero, main superhero. They're taking a risk. Now that they've seen how successful Guardians is, they're taking more risks with some of their lesser known properties.
Yes, and I really like that because it's just diverse. So like we're finally seeing people accept the ridiculous for what it is, and we're just embracing it because I mean it's obviously successful. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy was as ridiculous as we could possibly go.
A dancing tree and talking raccoon.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because before, when we had superhero movies, they either went serious and dark and gritty, like the WB is still doing for some
Yeah.
reason,
Arrow.
or Howard the Duck, and that did not work out very well back then.
yeah.
And,
No.
but now we're embracing it, and hopefully we'll the other properties that get into the weird and strange will meet the same success. And so
Yeah.
it's just I don't know why the WB is determined to go dark, gritty, and realistic. I mean, just embrace what you are.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll get into that though. But,
Yeah. I think what the movie that I'm really looking forward to is more Captain America out of everything that we've talked about. Even though I just said diversity, I'm interested in Black Panther a lot too. But and I really think that any more Captain America is fine with me. I don't think I mean definitely Evans is not going to be. I don't know. I mean, is he going to be sticking around for the entirety of all these Avengers and?
Actually, with Civil War, that kind of the very end of Civil War has Steve Rogers killed.
Yeah.
It's not a spoiler. You don't have to.
Yeah, no, yeah.
No, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure.
I
Yeah,
just wonder
Steve Rogers gets killed.
Well,
Like, would he Winter Soldier, or would they go the Falcon route?
Yeah, no,
I think they're gonna go the Winter Soldier route because they have Sebastian Stan contracted for like something ridiculous like 5 or 6.
7 movies, something like
I
that.
love every time they do an interview with him, he just like cringes now when they mention it.
But yeah, Sebastian Stan has way more contracts than Chris Evans does right now. I mean, but his contract's almost up. And I think this is going to be his last movie with his original contract, and then they'll have to go back into talks. But yeah, this might be the last time we see Chris Evans for at least one movie, because this might actually be the first comic book death where he dies for a little bit and then comes back later.
Yeah.
In true comic book fashion.
Never know.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm excited to see how they're gonna interpret this. There are a lot of supers who are just gonna either die or just have their lives ruined forever. And if you thought the last Captain America movie was bad for our characters, then holy crap, guys! It's gonna be a rude awakening.
You know what? I think it's funny. I don't want it. This is the thing. Even though we're all these films are based on comic books, and we know a lot of people know what everything's going to be. I'd rather see a movie that's strays a little bit. I'm not the kind of person that likes to watch a movie that's word for word or page for page like a book or a graphic novel or a comic book. I think that's boring. If I wanted to see, I think the book is the book, the movie's the movie. Yes, there needs to be some cohesiveness, but at the same time, I'd rather see stuff that take for people to take chances as a director, because it is technically an adaptation of a film. I mean, of a comic book or a book. I think John, you and I had this conversation before about just it's a book. It's never going to be exactly like the book. If that's
right.
Then really you should just stop watching movies, because
I mean that's pretty much every adaptation of a movie, though. I mean, if you have a comic book, if you have a book, a TV show, an 80s TV show turned into a comedy, it's not going to be the same exact source material, because they're trying to make it different from that.
Well, I know, but you and I know that. Everyone on here seems to know that. But I'm just saying, there's always somebody, whether it be some fanboy or someone that's really excited about the books and loves the characters and has their mind has envisioned the character as a certain way. Primarily more so with books, because it's not visual, to some extent. But I think that's what people do. They wrap their minds around it. I mean, there was a huge controversy back when Hunger Games came out that Katniss is technically African American, or that's what people were saying, and it's like, whoa, I can't believe Jennifer Lawrence was cast as. But frankly, Jennifer Lawrence has been awesome. I'm really excited about the new Hunger Games. So
Was it Katniss who was supposed to be dark skinned, or I thought that was who was it? Rue, because a lot of people were so like inexplicably up in arms that Rue in the movie was black.
No,
it was clearly stated that she was Okay, so maybe it wasn't clearly stated, but it was definitely implied that she was black, and so was a lot of other people from her district. I don't know. It was very. The actress is super cute, and she was adorable, and she played Rue so well. So I don't mind.
I don't mind either. What I mind more is the new Ridley Scott movie coming out with Christian Bale as Moses.
The Immortals?
No, the Immortals. What the hell?
Exodus.
I can't keep track of them. The Immortals, the Inhumans, the Exodus. It was on the cover for Days of Future Past. It's like, watch the preview of Exodus, whatever it is.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
got
know.
really.
Is that the one?
Like a story, we're not gonna understand it.
I just kept saying, didn't that come out already? Wasn't that the one with the bad one with? Immortals was the bad one with Mickey Rourke, wasn't it?
It wasn't horrible, but it did have Mickey Rourke in it. Mickey Rourke basically screwed up Iron Man when he went. I feel bad. I joke.
He was in the first Expendables.
He was in Sin City 2, Jim.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, that. John and I had the worst experience seeing a movie together, and it's seeing Sin City 2. Not only did my wife fall asleep while we watched it, but
No.
This happens a lot for her, so that goes without saying. But and now she's giving me the evil eye as she hands me a nice.
There's nothing wrong with falling asleep in the movies. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But Sin City was the crappiest experience at an AMC that I've ever had, right, John?
Me too.
Wait, what about 300 Rise of the Empire?
Oh dear God.
that was far superior, far away.
I still haven't seen that one.
It's not bad. It's a red box rental, but don't buy it for that's for sure.
No.
All right, so getting back to the Marvel topic, the very last movie that they announce is Avengers: Infinity War,
Ooh.
and I definitely had that all in caps when I wrote the when I wrote the news update.
Yeah.
And it's going to be in 2 parts. Oh, the first one, May 4th, 2018, and then part 2, May 3rd, 2019. And when they showed the teaser, like it showed like like a collection of clips from all of their previous movies, and then, bam, Infinity Gauntlet and Thanos right in your face. It was glorious, glorious.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm so excited because we're gonna see Infinity Gauntlet finally.
Um,
I've been
Can't
waiting for
wait.
this too.
yeah.
I can see them, just going from Civil War to Infinity War,
Oh my
just because
God.
that's how it seems like it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Um,
Pretty soon they're gonna hit all of the major events. Like probably right after Infinity War, if they decide to keep going and they finally get the scrolls under their property, then we're gonna have Secret Invasion.
Mm.
oh, that'd be
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be never-ending Marvel Cinematic Universe 99.
We will.
Hey man,
You will.
if
You
they
will
can,
give us money. Give us your money. We're owned by Disney. We're Marvel. We're awesome.
if they can keep going and we don't ever get tired of watching these movies, then they can go on forever.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some superhero. There already has been some superhero burnout to some extent, but I think the phasing, the spacing out and the time helps, so that we're not all bombarded with superhero movie on top of superhero movie.
Yeah, because now they're going for just 2 a year, but
Well,
and
until
that's just for Marvel.
I think Marvel's gonna up to 3 though, because they
Um,
said they're gonna do. It's gonna be an Avengers movie. It's gonna be a new movie, and it's gonna be a character that we know already.
Now,
I
and
think
that's
the way
fine.
it is.
And no, and
No, I'm not saying that's bad, but then you double it up with like the DC stuff.
yeah, and then you
I
do
don't
up
know.
with and then the TV goes.
Although we don't really know how DC's gonna do.
It's
Well-
true because it all. Okay, so here it goes. Like they have their lineup announced, but all of that is riding upon whether or not Batman v Superman is going to do any good. So
Mm.
if that movie is not successful, then there is a good chance that hardly any of those movies is going to be made.
Yeah. Is anyone excited for Batman vs. v Superman?
Absolutely not.
When they show us an actual trailer and not one that was shown at only Comic-Con, I think I'll probably be more excited for it.
Probably. Like once we actually see video,
Mhm.
I will keep my expectations very low.
I really think Ben Affleck is a good choice for Batman. I mean, it's going to be hard to kind of go from Bale to Affleck, but at the same time, I'm kind of interested in seeing that.
Yeah.
And the only thing I'm concerned about is the fact that there's character upon character upon character piled into one freaking movie, and that's what's concerning.
It's the Street Fighter movie of comic books.
Yes, yes, exactly. And we all know how that turned out. No.
Of course!
But yeah, every announcement that I see is just like a new character has been added. It's like what? But they're filming the movie now.
Another good comparison. It's the Smash Brothers of movies.
Oh God, yeah.
For Batman.
The thing that Marvel did right is they laid out the groundwork with individual films
Yeah.
for the most part, and then did the Avengers. It's like they're trying to put the Avengers, if you will, in that universe together, and then doing the individual movies. So
Yeah, and it's so weird because we need to be introduced to these characters first, not just through cameos of Dawn of Justice, which is a prequel to Justice League. I mean, at first it was just going to be a showdown between two of the big guys, and
Yeah.
then it just progressively turned into, you know what? Let's add some more characters to this. Let's make it a Justice League
Is,
sequel. I was
well,
like,
is it definitely? I mean, no offense. Is it? I mean, pardon my lack of knowledge on this one, but is it? Is it definitely a showdown and a battle between Batman and Superman?
it's turning out to, like from what I've heard so far, it's turning out to be mainly a Superman. Or, I mean, not a Superman thing, a Batman thing. Um, they're
The title is freaking confusing. No, I mean Batman v Superman. That's the dumbest damn.
Yeah.
can't add an S and a period right after
I
that.
know.
Oh, that would be too hard. You know?
Why?
But
'Cause
no,
it
it's
sounds like Alien versus Predator, and we know how bad that was.
Oh dear God, don't mention it.
no, it's like from what I'm hearing is that they're adding more Batman characters than anyone else, and those Batman characters are going to be uh more from like the Frank Miller line,
Oh,
where
yeah.
Batman or like yeah, Return of the Dark Knight,
Yeah.
and like
That's the
they're
other thing
adding
that bothers me.
Anna Malone's like going to be the new Robin.
Yeah. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Which I think she'd be a good choice just because she has short red hair.
See, that's the other thing that bothers me about this movie is that they're saying that they're doing the Frank Miller Batman, who is the old and withered out Batman. So then, what happens after this movie when they transition to Justice League? You're gonna have Superman, Wonder Woman, all these regular characters, and then the old Batman.
Ben Affleck. Well, Ben Affleck is not that old. I think they're
That's what I'm
going
saying,
like an in between.
They're gonna find young Batman and bring him back from the past.
Well, no, it's just that
Found a way for time.
he's more of a seasoned veteran by this point.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's been around and he's been battle proven. You know, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I know what you're saying, but I don't think since they chose Ben Affleck, it's not going to be. I mean, he's definitely yeah, he's older, but he's young still. I mean,
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, come on, Liam Neeson, Taken 3, come on, he's still kicking ass.
Yeah, but
But yeah, but this is Liam Neeson we're talking about though.
Yeah, I know.
I could go into something very graphic that has a Tumblr site already, but
Oh my
you know what? But that's a whole running joke that I don't think is appropriate for this conversation. But but yeah, I am excited for all of these movies. And I can't wait.
Good way to end your sentence there. By that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like I'm very excited, but this is my excited face. Jim will know that it is very hard to get an overexcited reaction from me.
Yes. I can attest to that, and I also have to say that Travis is probably the most excited person on our panel today because John's like,
Because it's like Captain Marvel.
jazz hands.
But so yes, I like how the whole reason why we're having this conversation right now is because one of our other writers, Joseph, like we all came together because of Joseph, and he wanted to write something like how he was actually disappointed about the lineup, and it's like
I'm the
Stephanie.
exact opposite.
He's probably the only one on our panel that was supposed to come tonight, but he couldn't make it. Like he was the only one who was disappointed, and he was like he wanted to write a feature about how he was disappointed. He doesn't know what's going on. It's like, and like sure, I want to hear your thoughts about this. Go ahead and write it up. And Stephanie emailed me. It's like we're just gonna let him write about how he's disappointed in our lineup. Like just him. And it's like, yeah. You know what? I don't think just having his opinion will be like the way to go because he's the only one with a negative thought about this, and like everyone else on our writing staff is very excited. So I don't think it's like maybe we won't let him be the only voice about this reaction.
We were. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't think that what we're coming off as being, censoring his voice and his opinion on
No,
that. No,
no.
it's just that we wanted to at least do this before we everyone, hey, if you don't like a certain part of it, whatever, we'd love to hear your opinion, whether it be on Twitter or on the site or Facebook. Exactly, John. That kind of thing, but I'd like to see what he has to write up as well. I would.
He kind of like the idea, because he gave me an idea of what he wanted to write about, but he said that he's one of those audience members who only has like a very passing knowledge of Marvel Universe, and so once the lineup was announced, he couldn't be super excited like the rest of us were because he doesn't know who these characters are, and like he doesn't see the point in having solo films and all of that other stuff. But and then I respond like, that's exactly why we need solo films, so you get to know them.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's very well done how they set that up, where it's it's intro movie, or in the case of Black Panther now, it's going to be like Civil War, Black Panther, and then whatever happens in the middle there, and then we're going to see a Black Panther movie.
Yeah. And I am very excited.
Everything's planned out. I have faith in Marvel. I have faith in the entire team behind these films, and as we said already in this conversation, I think we've had some great casting, and I think that the way things have been planned out has been good. I like the fact that we actually had a live announcement, of these films versus DC just dropping everything in a press release. And nothing wrong with press releases. I like how it's there. And on top of that, they had the live thing, and then we got everyone. I mean, at least we were sent press releases after that with every, the official boilerplate and everything like that. Right.
And even props to Agent M on Twitter for like keeping up with that too, because he was just like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I was following Agent M. I was following Hypable, and then regular Marvel, and then Jenna Bush. And they're all there.
I was watching the live feed. I don't even remember. It was that coveritlive.com program.
Yeah.
And basically you could chat in it, but I think they had like the moderation off. But basically they had two of their guys from Marvel like going over it, and then Agent M's tweets would show up in between. And it was pretty good. I wish it was more video based.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
Like an Apple thing.
Yeah. Or
Marvel seems to be more, because I even noticed at Comic-Con they seem to be more secretive. Even like they had Comic-Con coverage at San Diego, but it was just coverage of like their booth with like the big Avenger signing, and then they're like, okay, well they're going off to the panel, and we'll let you know what happens there.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised that they did a separate event for this, because, and this is like a little bit of an indicator that San Diego Comic-Con is losing their edge, but this is something that they would usually announce at Comic-Con.
It's not the biggest con anymore.
No, New York Comic-Con is now the best, and like, I like how someone said New York Comic-Con is the con to go to now instead of San Diego, and they still have respect for comic book creators.
That's why I want to go to New York Comic Con, because that's what I hear, is that they devote it to comic book creators. I just love that.
Come to Comic Con.
Yeah. New York Comic Con, when I was there, it was like it was so much fun. And their numbers actually beat San Diego.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
This year, and but yeah, like going back into the conversation before, like when Marvel did an actual press event for this, I was thinking about the WB Time Warner. They just dropped everything and like from an investors meeting.
Yeah.
It was like, and then we got all the knowledge secondhand from the investors meeting. Like they didn't actually have press there or whatever. They just kind of dropped knowledge from insider reports.
Yeah.
Because if WB held an event, they would have to do one like every week with how many characters they add.
Sorry to sidetrack you, but the good news about all that knowledge was that they announced the Lego Batman movie.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yes, we are generally more excited about the new Lego movie than we are about their superhero lineup.
Well, because it's Will Arnett, and he was amazing as Batman.
Yes.
This is true.
God.
And also new Harry Potter movies that came out the same, like from the same meeting,
That
and
was
the
way better.
HBO thing.
Yeah.
Like they had a big day, but it was all from a boring investors meeting.
Well, Time Warner for you.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? But
Anyway, anything else we want to wrap up? We've gone through the announcement. We've talked about stuff. I think
yeah,
hopefully we're going to be doing more of this type of content.
yeah.
It'll be fun.
As long as I can remember, and I think I finally got the hang of Google Hangouts. So
Yay!
happy hang-ups compared to last time we did this.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Which,
uh,
it takes a little bit to get used to. I think, John, this is your first time using Hangouts, right? Like
this version, yeah, I used
Yeah.
it a long time ago, and I never knew how to do the Chiron until now. So,
oh wait, you changed it to butts.
Oh my god. Oh, there. Oh, it's back.
I'm magic.
Wait, so okay. As a closer, what other Marvel character would you like to see come into the MCU? Like either through TV, Netflix, or the cinematic proper? I'll go first. I really want to see Jessica Drew now that they have announced the coming of Carol Danvers.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that isn't that one of the 4 for Netflix.
No, that's Jessica Jones, who is wife of
I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
There's Jessica Jones and there's Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman.
yeah. She's the wife of Bishop. No, yes.
Oh,
You
something.
guys can look that up. But Jessica Drew is the current Spider Woman and also Carol Danvers' best friend. Besties. I need them. I need them in my life, and I want her movie or to at least show up, just in any situation, because she's part of. It would be logical for her to appear because she was part of Hydra for some time, and then she switched over to Shield, and she's also in Avengers at some point.
Oh, that makes sense then. It
Yeah.
does.
So, and she's also Spider-Woman, and Fox has no hold on her as of right
Right.
now.
That's what we need, a Spider-Woman.
Fox or Sony. No, it would be
Sony, yeah.
Sony.
Yeah.
So she needs to show up soon.
Definitely.
So, Jim, how about you? Who do you want to see appear next?
I really, I actually don't want to see any more people right now until maybe this is bad for me to say. I want to see others down the road. I want to see. This is what Marvel does well: is they focus their energy on this select group, and they don't have everyone coming in left and right, cameos here and there as much. And I'm fine with what we have now. Actually, I'd rather wait until this phase is played out, and then hopefully anyone. I'd like to see some of the more lesser-known characters as well, though. I don't have one in particular. I would just like to see more of that type of direction that they're going, buoyed by some of the tentpole characters as well. So kind of a nice mix to balance things out. But right now, I don't want any in particular character. I'm fine with what we have right now, and I want to continue in that direction. Not to sound bad, but
Yeah. We have enough right now.
yeah.
Okay, so what about you, Jim? I mean, John.
Well, I have to. First of all, I agree with Jim. I don't think we should overload any more characters into the MCU right now until maybe once Phase 3 gets off the ground,
Yeah.
maybe drop some hints here and there. But I mean,
And that'll probably happen. That's probably going to happen
Yeah.
when Marvel does things.
I mean, for me personally, the most obvious. Hang on, where is it? There.
Spider-Man.
Oh,
The most obvious. I mean, they didn't announce it at the thing. There's rumors abound. Someone asked Kevin Feige at the press conference, and he said, "Well, it was kind of a non-answer, but he was kind of like, well, if there's rumors out there, they either aren't true or we're still in the process of working on them. So,
Do you think? Okay, so if Sony loses their hold on the property and it finally reverts back to Marvel or Disney,
mhm.
do you think they'll have Andrew Garfield continue playing, or are they going to
Well,
recast?
I don't know if if they want to lose the rights to him. I mean, I think what they did was they had high expectations for Spider-Man 2, and then it didn't do as well as any of the other Spider-Man. In fact, to my knowledge, I think it grossed the least of all 5 Spider-Mans they've made so far.
Yeah.
But they still have these plans in place. It's kind of up in the air. That's why this rumor got started that maybe they're just going to put everything on hold for now, try and work with Marvel proper to come up with a deal where, hey, you know, Marvel gets a cut, Sony gets a cut, and then Spider-Man can have it as well as the being like Civil War and the Avengers and whatnot,
Yeah.
which I would be fine with.
I'd be fine. I mean, Garfield's okay. I like.
No, I would definitely like Garfield. I think he
I
was
would
way
like to
better
see
than
Garfield, but at the same time, knowing I actually thought Edward Norton was decent as Hulk, and then Ruffalo's awesome as Hulk. So, like, Garfield's pretty darn good as Spider-Man, but who else out there could maybe take over?
I
And
think it'll be like a Quicksilver Scarlet Witch situation, where they had Days of Future Past as uh, one
I
one
have
guy,
that
and
cover.
then in the Marvel U, it's just completely different.
it could be, and I mean, even though I wish Evan Peters was in the Marvel universe, but as we already talked about, but it is what it is. It would be interesting. I almost would rather see. I like Garfield, but I almost would rather see somebody different.
Yeah.
I really almost would.
Well, here's another thing that came up right after someone pointed out. I forget where it was, maybe one of my friends or somewhere I read that this whole thing with Doctor Strange and opening up parallel universes and whatnot, maybe they'll still have Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, and then maybe they'll have, like, he'll be the Spider-Man of Universe X when the Avengers is taking place on Universe Y.
Hmm.
I mean, but for me, Spider-Man #1 and probably Punisher as the second one because we haven't seen him in a while.
Well, I definitely would like to see Punisher come back, and
Yeah.
my vote for Punisher is Frank Grillo. I think Frank Grillo would be fantastic.
Well, he's already Crossbones, though, isn't he?
Oh, well,
Oh yeah, he is.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
Crossbones.
I think for me it would probably be Thomas Jane because I mean, if you saw that little mini movie that they made with him coming back and the uber violent Punisher, it was pretty amazing. I mean, I like the original Punisher too, not the Thomas Jane one, not the Dolph Lundgren version.
Yeah, I've seen all of them, but yeah, Thomas Jane was good. I think Frank Grillo I wish. Oh God, I think he would have been perfect as it. I'm glad that he's involved in some capacity, but at the same time, I really wish he was the Punisher. Anyway.
Okay, so how about you, Travis? Which character would you like to see appear down the line in any of the, in either Netflix, TV, or movies?
I honestly don't know. My choice for years was Captain Marvel, and it's like happening. So, I don't know. I don't really have anyone in particular.
I think they're hitting all the major
Yeah.
characters now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe bring back more Winter Soldier or Bucky Barnes. I don't mind.
yeah, which I think they're actually going to do once Steve Rogers kind of eats the bullet.
So excited.
Ah.
But yeah, Captain Marvel was my choice, and still is, even though she was announced.
All right. Well, I think this is where we should wrap up. So, Jim, where can we find you on the internet besides Twitter, obviously?
Well, obviously, if you're not following me on Twitter, you're missing out. So do that immediately at Jim_Napier. But you can find me on Agents of Geek most of the time. But you can also follow me. Feel free to like me on or add me as a friend on Facebook. Jim Napier. I'm also on Instagram, Jim Napier. Google Plus, Jim Napier. JimNapier.co.
Streamlined.
Hey, I'm being consistent across the board as much as I can. So that's JimNapier.co, not com. It wasn't available. Sorry. So there you go. That's me.
John, where can we find you?
You could find me at jimnapier.com.
John stole the domain that I wanted.
In fact, I'm legally changing my name to Jim Napier right now.
Oh.
It's internet official, guys.
No. In seriousness, I mean Twitter, Facebook. I think my handle is like half John J. Galbo, half Centroid91. So I mean, if it's not, well, because I've been phasing out the Centroid 91. So
I think you should continue to phase that out, John. I think.
Well, I've lived by the Dana Snyder method of why do you have a handle on the internet? Why don't you go by your real name?
I like that. Travis the Grim is pretty damn cool. Travis, don't worry. Intro to Geek, I'm not taking you. You know, that's a brand. I like it, but I'm very happy. You know, I used to be I am Tiberius.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's like your member ID.
Well, that's how it used.
Oh my God, I'm taking a screenshot of that.
I am now Travis the Gym.
That's amazing.
But Travis, where else can we find you?
I am all across all social medias under Travis the Grim, and I write on Agents of Geek, of course.
And right, I write there too.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, hi.
And I write a few posts on watchingtheleftovers.com for HBO. So yeah, that's about it.
All right, for me, you can find me on the Twitter. I'm on there a lot. At Intro to Geek. You can also find me as editor-in-chief at Agents of Geek, naturally. And I'm also a contributor writer for Jenna Bush at Legion of Leia. I do weekly recaps of Gotham? Yeah, Gotham and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, cool.
Every now and then she'll let me do like big features that has already been done on Agents of Geek, but I want to write one of my own. Like she gets to be my outlet there. And I'm also a host of Intro to Geek on SeanCastic.com, and that's, you know what? I'm just gonna write it out for you guys. I do stuff. I do podcast stuff.
That's fun.
Me too.
I get to talk, and let's see.
It's been a while since I've done a podcast. It honestly has.
Jim, why don't you be on one of my podcasts?
I would like that quite a bit. Thank you.
Yeah.
Which you could find at theacpn.com. Awesome podcast. The podcast part dropped off of the.
And fingers crossed for Christina that she'll become the weekend editor at the Mary Sue.
Oh yes, I recently applied to the Mary Sue for the weekend editor, and I hope they choose me because I know Sam and she's the associate editor.
Choose her. Choose Christina.
But yeah, that'll make my entire week so busy because like these guys will know I drop off the internet fairly quite efficiently. Weekends.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad thing, though.
No.
Yeah, I think it's good to take a little breather every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, because I lock my computer away. My phone is just I just throw my phone on the other side of the room sometimes. But
I think I need to start doing that.
But if I become weekend editor, you'll see me all the time. And who doesn't want that, right? But yeah.
Everyone sounded so enthusiastic.
I don't know.
Yay!
I'm very. I try to stay as optimistic as possible whilst grounded in reality. But yeah, that's where you can find me.
I'm busy preparing myself mentally for The Walking Dead. So.
Oh my God! Yes!
No. Oh.
I want to know what happened to Beth.
Yes.
Where is
I,
Beth?
I'm wearing my Dawn of the Dead T-shirt, so and I think
Where is Beth? It's a
I-
question. It's a question with weird eyebrows.
John, you are having too much fun with Google.
Was she kidnapped by a dog? Was she kidnapped by Satan? How about Dr. Seuss? It's a mystery. Arr.
Arr. You're very intelligent with the monocle and the eye patch.
Hang on.
Twirling your mustache. Oh.
That's gonna be my new.
Okay, so I think this is because we are now at the.
That's how you do it. Oh, okay.
Okay, if we're all gonna play with special
Yeah,
effects.
I'm sorry.
No, hang on.
I'm
Hang on.
surprised it took me this long with restraint.
I'm a kitty cat.
Oh, me too.
Oh my God! If you guys follow my Instagram, which is also at
It's all
intro,
cats. It's all
there is
cats.
so many cat pictures. I'm not kidding.
That was like such a good outro if we would have just clicked on. I'm Twisty the Clown.
I'm king of the cats. I'm queen of the cats.
I'm in a Lego universe.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
I'm a Banksy picture.
I'm just copying all sorts of things.
this is the fun we have at Agents of Geek.
Oh my gosh. Can we make this like a weekly thing? Let's make this a
I want it to be a weekly thing. This would be so much fun.
Well,
Just found.
Well, I think that's all for today. I think
that's
we're
all.
coming,
That's all.
that's all for today. We're coming to the. How do I get this off of me?
You just click it again.
You have to click it again. You have to click it again.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
She keeps adding.
No, not click more.
Okay. Oh, here's the remove all effects. Okay. So we're coming to the 8:30 mark, and that's like cutting it super close to Walking Dead.
Oh yeah. We gotta find out about that.
We gotta
Yeah,
head
our
out.
priorities straight.
But
Watch TV and watch Agents of Geek for more information.
yes. So find us all on the internet. I'll have it written down in the descriptions when it comes on YouTube. But yeah. It was nice. It was nice talking to you guys. This is actually the first time I've seen most of us face to face. John, I've seen you in person at Dragon Con,
Yeah.
and
Do you all do Dragon Con?
I usually do Dragon Con.
I usually do Dragon Con, but next year is kind of up in the air.
Same with me, because Dragon Con keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it's very hard to find rooms to stay in.
Yeah, that and I might have other plans that.
Same, and for me, I might actually head over to PAX and
Oh, yeah.
and Heroes Con, and I don't have a very big budget to accommodate every single con that I want to go to.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can relate.
But okay, so yeah, so we're gonna sign off.
I think we should sign off.
No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
You hang up.
Sorry.
Come on, go. Okay, so I'm Christina, editor-in-chief of Agents of Geek. Jim, who are you?
I'm Jim Napier, managing editor of Agents of Geek.
And then
I'm
John.
I'm a dolphin. This is John Galbo. He's a contributing editor. And clinically insane.
Travis Grimm, contributing editor. Yeah.
It's so hard to say goodbye to all of you because I'm having so much fun, but Walking Dead is more important.
Yes.
On the next Walking Dead.
All right,
Good
so,
night
all right.
and good luck.
Good night, good luck. We'll find out what's happening to Beth in about half an hour, and then hopefully we can all nerd out about that over Twitter because I'll be definitely live tweeting. So anyway, I don't know how many times I have to say this. Goodbye, Internet. Good night.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Goodbye.
Until
Until next time. All right. Mwah. Bye.
Bye.